What's up, guys? It is the Bad Wolf, and I want to thank you for chiming in on this particular special edition of Does the Birth Certificate Have Value? Absolutely. Let's jump right into it. So, I'm going to take you guys to a document, and you guys can do your own research. All right. So, here's the document. Okay. I'll give you guys a minute or two. NCVHS, and you're going to search for vital record and vital statistics in the United States uses, users, systems, and sources of revenue. Okay, so I'm going to show you right here. We're going to scroll down together. Okay, I'm going to get all the way down here to the first main page. All right, you see this? I'm going to do a close-up, and then I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so as you look at it, you can see these green lines. Remember, this is their document. I didn't put this together. You can go and get this online right now. This is from 2018. I haven't found an upgraded or newer one, but they're showing you how the birth certificate sale, they sell it. Green money goes to the registrar. Hospitals in on it. They get paid. These are the places that get money consistently, though. The national government, states, institutions, research, organizations, healthcare, Social Security Administration, DMV, they buy it, voter registration. All these places get paid. So when someone says the birth certificate doesn't have any value, they sheerly and clearly do not know what they're talking about. I know it seems crazy because I never would have thought all of this either until I did the research. So the difference between me and a lot of these other people out here, especially these clowns, is that they feel some type of way. They haven't done enough research. They've never come across this, so they feel like they're right. They feel like they can try to step on somebody with actual skin in the game and have learned this over the last 20 and 30 plus years. So they're showing you in their PDF that the birth certificate is sold. But there's two different values to the birth certificate. Okay? One is them selling the information, okay? And then there's the physical document and the CUSIP number on it. So those are two separate things. So one, the birth certificate has value because of the information that you've given them or your parents have given them. They converted that into a document from the certificate of live birth issued from the hospital, which is a private document. They then make a public version of it in the public jurisdiction, and they sell your information. So the hospital makes money, the registrar makes money, the Department of State Health makes money, the Social Security Administration, the DMV, Medicaid, voter, all these people get your information and they're making money off of your information via that document. It's a fact. Want to see it again? If you can read, you should have no problem looking at that and hearing that and looking it up for yourself. If you want a copy of that document, go to blacksite32.com and go to the free document number 2 page. All right? It's on there. It's literally on Google. You can get it from Google. You don't even have to go to my website. Now, let's talk about the second part. So people talk about there being a CUSIP number on the birth certificate and it's worth hundreds or thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Yes, that is true. For some of them, not all states monetize or put a CUSIP number on the birth documents. Not all of them. Not the one from the hospital, not both, either of the ones from the hospital. The heirloom one, definitely not. Certificate of live birth or long form, they don't do it on that one either. A certified copy, possibly. Okay? Possibly a CUSIP on a certified copy. But the direct original one, definitely yes. Okay? And if you look at the border of your portrait birth certificate, it'll usually say on there, well, one, it'll be on thicker paper, which is done because it's a bond. And if you look around the outskirts and they're really fine, get a magnifying glass out, it'll say bonded paper, bond paper. Now, that doesn't make every single thing necessarily a bond, but it's on bond paper, and it's saying this is a bond, okay? And then there's a CUSIP on there, okay? So just because it's on bond paper doesn't mean that it's been monetized. They could just use the paper. Some states just do that. But if it's on bond paper and it has a CUSIP, it has been monetized. And it is accruing value. This is true. However, not all states, just because they put on bond paper, do they have a CUSIP number. Some do not. This is where the confusion comes in at. So now let's talk about, and don't ask me how to pull the credit off of that. That's something that's a trade secret of theirs. I don't have that information. I do have videos on theory of it. That's as far as they go. Okay? So let's talk about the process a lot of people do. They talk about, oh, send out your security bonds and this and that. I have not heard of one person sending their birth certificate off to them or a security agreement with anything, ever getting anything back from the Treasury. Ever. Everything that these people are trying to do is already written into law for discharge and whatever else. Now, theoretically, what I think may happen in certain back offices is anytime you send them stuff like that, negotiable instrument or a bill of exchange or whatever, this, that, and the other, it is most likely that they take those and they probably do monetize them or securitize them. They probably do. But they're also then looking at it as it's a gift. You made it out to them or gave it to them. It's now under their care. That's why you don't hear about anybody going, oh, yeah. You ain't seen one solid video where someone's like, look, here it is, step for step. And the Treasury sent me stuff back, and now I can do all this magical stuff. It's not how it works. So don't fall for that. But also don't listen to people who don't know what they're talking about about the birth certificate and whatever else. These people have not done enough research. I'm literally showing you the aspect of how the birth document itself makes money. I get it that the CUSIP and is a little bit more advanced for some people, but essentially it's a bond number, but not every single one of them are given a bond. Not all states participate in doing that. They don't. Not 100% across the board from what I've been able to see. So that's the confusion. Almost all of them put it on the bond paper, but they don't all get assigned a CUSIP. And even if they have a CUSIP, that doesn't mean that it has value. Some do and some don't. That is just what it is. Even if you go to CUSIP.com, it says that being assigned a CUSIP doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be monetized. All right. So that's about it, guys. If you need any more information, hit me up on BlackSite32 or go over to the Bad Wolf on YouTube, Bad Wolf Unincorporated on YouTube, Bad Wolf Unrestricted on YouTube. And that's it. Other than that, guys, don't waste your time with a lot of these programs and packages, things, people who aren't showing you proof through code of law or records and things of that nature. They're just trying to get your attention. It's no different than the guy at night at the end of the bar, or somebody, whatever. It's trash. A lot of stuff is trash. But is being a national real? Yes. Do you have a public and private side? Yes. Can you appropriately not pay taxes when doing things correctly by their merit? Yes. So there's always truth to a lot of the things out there, but that doesn't mean everything out there is the truth. So this is brought to you under education and entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. I believe in you. Take care of yourselves. Stay wise, woke, and aware.